Hey, how you doing? Kris Krohn here. I've been hiding out for a while, just waiting for this bear market to end. Do you know if we're at the bottom? Because I got a whole lot of money that I'm waiting to deploy and invest and do some stuff, but I just don't want to come out yet if it's not the bottom.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. Yeah. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Okay, I was fibbing a little bit. I'm actually not hiding under the mattress waiting with my money to deploy it. I've actually been deploying it at record rates right now. And the reason why is because the uncertainty of the market is what actually creates a lot of opportunity. And a lot of people are doing this. Wait and see. I need to know, is this the bottom? Well, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to get you informed. And I'm going to share with you that maybe if we're not at the bottom of the market, what you maybe should actually be considering doing, because there's crazy winnings if you know where to look. Unless you've been living under a rock, we have been experiencing a fair share of downward trends. As of October 15th, the Dow Jones is down 19% from the beginning of 2022. The S&P 500 is down 25%, neither with any signs of slowing their descent. Even worse, the tech-heavy NASDAQ is down 34%. And on top of this, inflation is not really going down at all. In fact, last month it bumped back up a little bit higher.
And I let go. Okay, shoots right back up.
What? Wow. That just really went right up there.
That was high.
So here's my fascination with the game. Right now, if you're following society's game plan, you've got a career, you're working a job somewhere, you have a single source of income, you are a 401k-er, you are an IRA-er, then this is actually really scary stuff because you've got all your eggs in one basket. Just to be clear, whether it's the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones or the S&P, that's just all the stock market. And most people will keep all their wealth there when only they should be putting a portion of their wealth there. And so what that means is when the market goes down, you suffer. When the market goes up, you feel great. And you're never really feeling all that good because over 40 years, you're going to ride this game. And the 30-year average is going to sit somewhere between 5 and 9%, which frankly is not super exciting. On the other hand, if you're an entrepreneur, you're probably not that worried. If you've got multiple streams of income, or if you own real estate, or if you own businesses, you're like, that's what happens in the market. You probably don't put a whole lot of your wealth into that. So how fearful you are of the market depends, frankly, on what percentage of your assets you put into it. There are a couple of major factors right now that are hurting the market, and they both smell like inflation. Check out what inflation is doing to the market right now. Over here, you have a market force called decreased consumer buying power, right? Consumers are less likely to make big purchases and part with their cash when their money's value is not all that stable. It's more of a, I'm going to hang on to it and grip it for dear life. But there's a second force at work, which is the interest rates, right? They've been on the rise and they're increasing. So when the Fed increases interest rates to slow inflation, economic growth suffers because people are saying, well, I don't think I'm going to buy that upgraded house, or maybe I don't want to buy that business if it comes at a higher interest rate. And so people just stop. Everyone is stagnating right now. And while that may help us control inflation, which is definitely a good thing, people's personal economies are suffering. As in, we used to have 50% of the nation living check to check. Now it's 60% and getting worse. There definitely are also external factors that are affecting what's happening in the stock market. Here's some of them. I just got back a week ago from Ukraine. We were doing a humanitarian aid drop, and I was on the front lines. I actually got to see the actual war that's happening there. And what that's doing right now is it's affecting global trade because we have all these sanctions right now against Russia. They control a lot of this sector, the energy crisis that people are worried about, because fuel is the ultimate driver of growth. And right now it's in short supply and it's being threatened. You also have the Chinese housing crash, which is very, very real, that I talked about in one of my other videos. And then you've got the collapse of the UK, meaning Britain's huge government debt is starting to really ruin and have a negative impact on their economy. So this isn't just something being felt in America, this is global.
Mr. Worldwide.
It's not all bad news. Just think about Warren Buffett. What does he say? When everyone is fearful, then you should be greedy, running in the opposite direction. Check it out. Here's the good news. The Economist reported that the Consumer Sentiment Index is on the rise compared to earlier this year. Now, if you don't know, the Consumer Sentiment Index is basically, we measure how we as a people, or the consumers, the people spending cash, actually feel about what's happening. And you know what? We've been through our fair share of some bizarre news. If you take a look at the last couple of years, we're looking at war, we're looking at the pandemic and all sorts of other things like that. And right now, people are actually feeling better in this moment than they have recently. This is no substitute for a strong financial market, but at least for now, total economic failure is unlikely in the United States. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is great opportunity available right now for you if you know where to look. And I'm about to show you.
Tell me!
Before we talk about 5 different opportunities that you should be aware of in this turbulent economy, let's answer this question. Are we really at the bottom? To sum up, current trends show that we're in a highly volatile bear market. Inflation, geopolitical uncertainty, and a potentially devastating winter for energy and food costs pose a very serious threat to the global economy. So in terms of the stock market, this is likely the beginning of decline rather than the end. And if that's true, you're either going to tuck in, hide, bury yourself for a little bit longer, a little bit meaning months, maybe even years, because some people are forecasting that this could be 3, 4, 5 years before it really corrects itself. But in the meantime, there's a cost of waiting, there's a cost of doing nothing, there's a cost of uncertainty. Let me show you where you should take your certainty right now. Beat the downturn. With the current bear market, the stock exchange offers risky, mediocre returns that may not outpace inflation even. In the volatile, rapidly inflating market, it's critical to get your cash in hard assets that produce a really stable cash flow. So where are some places like that? Right now, owning businesses, owning real estate are 2 of the smartest plays. Also, guess what happens during economies like this? We have huge problems out there. For example, global supply chain issues. Did you know that there are companies that are out there right now that are solving that? You should find out who they are and find out who the next blue chip company is going to be. Who's going to be the next Netflix, the next Uber, the next Airbnb? Who's going to crush it in valuation? There's a strategy for how you find the people that are leveraging this particular opportunity, and I've written all about it in my recent book, Have It All. This right here is the roadmap to becoming a self-made millionaire. And for me, I believe that wealth should be created in less than 5 years. It makes me a little crazy, and people think that sounds like too much of a get-rich-quick type of strategy and mentality, but here's the truth. Most people have a 20, 30, or 40-year strategy, and they never achieve it. Wealthy people, on the other hand, my experience in interviewing them is that they usually create it in less than 5 years. This book reveals 5 different strategies that work, especially in a bear market, in a down economy. And I'm giving you this today for free. As in, click the link below, pay the shipping, I'll send a free copy out. This book is also on Audible. I audioed it, took 3 days to do it. It's full color. And I'm telling you right now, there's information in this book that doesn't exist in the world. It's the reason for my rapid increase in net worth, and you can do the exact same thing even if you're starting with little to nothing. Click the link, get a copy. Come on, Kris, real estate, is that really recession proof? Is it? What if it's the most recession-proof thing out there right now? I can't believe more people aren't doing this. When you're in a downturn like this, real estate is what's breeding the best opportunities. Literally, click this link and let's talk about how recession-proof real estate is. I'll prove it to you.